Hello, everyone. Happy solstice. It's a beautiful northwest day, and the seals are out, and the ocean is wild, so wild. And it's an honor and privilege to be here with you. And I was thinking about, with the solstice, I was thinking about change and how we can all use a little change internally and externally, and what kind of changes are needed, what kind of changes are wanted, what kind of changes are required of us. And I have this Hopi Survival Kit. This is a by Thomas E. Males, and it says the prophecies, instructions, and warnings as revealed by the last elders, the Hopi Survival Kit. So um, instead of, what can we do instead of doing the things that we've done before that didn't work? And so, a couple of the things that we can do instead are in this Hopi prophecy, and they talk about. I really love it because they talk about the seasons and the cycles, and how we need to be. I can see the light in my glasses. That's funny. Woo. It's like a circle. It's really neat. So what they talk about is they talk about cycles, and they talk about seasons, and they talk about what we really need is to return to these cycles and return to even a simpler way of life or a different way of life. And so I just wanted to share with you a couple of things. And one of them is called, it's on page 269, and it says, blend with the land and celebrate life. And I think that's one of the things that we're all wanting to do right now, is to blend with the land and to celebrate life. And it says, as you board the ark, make your own covenant with the Creator, with the Great Spirit, and so the ark is really this. They talk about it as a certain way of life that involves the seasons and the cycles. And so you want to make a promise to yourself about how you're going to behave in your relationships, to yourself, to others, to the land. How are you going to behave? What are the things that you want to do? What are the ways in which you want to act, or what are the ways in which you don't want to act? And so then it says to live simply, and it goes on to I think that this is kind of like practicing self-denial. It says, right, like, woo, practice self-denial. I really see that as having some limits and boundaries with ourselves, and not just doing all the things, but really having some clear limits and boundaries that are a blessing to ourselves, to the earth, and to one another. Practice self-sufficiency. We should each possess whatever margin of preparation we need to get us through these times. They go on to talk about self-sufficiency, and then on page 273, it goes on to talk about priorities and making choices that are beneficial. Make careful choices. Recognize that it's the Creator's wish to rescue us, which is pretty exciting. So the Creator wants to help us. And then think of attitude. Number 7 is think of attitude as being an equal partner to application. What you think about, what you do may be even more important than what you do. Number 8, make an attitude regarding your life and environment a reverent one, a loving one, a sacred one. And then throughout the ceremonial cycle, there will be dancing on the ark. There will be this awareness keeps us in a state of joy and fulfillment. And there's only 16 days of the year where there isn't dancing, which is a celebration of another kind. And so enjoy life, really, is, I believe, I'm looking at everything here, and it's like, enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. So then 10, say prayers. This is my favorite part. Say prayers for the well-being of the whole entire world. So what are my prayers for the world? What are my prayers for the earth and for the world? What are my prayers for the atmosphere? And what is it that I want to be doing in order to prepare the world for future generations and to prepare myself during this time? So we're also during this time preparing ourselves for the coming year. And so what is it that I am doing for the coming year? So when I think about solstice, the first thing I think of is the cycles and the seasons, how we're going into the winter. But I also think about relationships, and I think about our relationship to ourselves, our relationship to the divine, to the mystery, our relationship to one another, our relationship to the earth, our community relationships. Um, and so, which is wonderful. And if we're lucky enough, like I have the blessing of having nieces and nephews and loved ones and my partner, and then I also have the blessing of trees, and I have the blessing of the sea, the ocean, and all the creatures and animals that are around, and the plants. And so I think that it's important to be paying attention to how those things are going, and also to be prayerful about our relationship. So how can I be in the prayer of my relationship? So to be good to myself and kind to myself, and to be good to yourself, and to be good to your community and your family and your loved ones. So how can you be good to yourself? And what is it that you want to create together? What do you want to create together? What do you want to create for yourself? What is it that you want to create together? How can you do that? How can you take good care of yourself, one another, and the people that you don't even know? And so that's one of the things I like about praying for ourselves, and then praying for everyone we love, and praying for the entire world. So we're sending prayers, we're sending a voice. If you don't pray, you could always send intentions. What is your sacred intention? And um, and I really love that. My sacred intention right now is not to do anything perfectly, because I'm definitely not doing anything perfectly right now. But to love, and to enjoy every moment, to be in this moment and to enjoy it. And so one of the things that we can do is we can pray with our partners, we can pray for our partners, we can set little intentions together in the morning, we can meditate together. There's all kinds of wonderful ways that we can do that. We can decide what our prayer is for the world each day, especially during the winter. Just what is my prayer for the world? I have a prayer right now for clean water and clean air for people to breathe, and clean water for people to drink, and a sacred earth, a protected earth for people to walk on, and for all the people, for the spirit people, for the plant people, for all of the four-legged people, for all the people. So we have all these people who live here, and I want everyone. So that's my intention. That's kind of my prayer, my intention at this time. But also, there is this really beautiful. My friend Tenzin Ladrin, shared this idea of the metta prayer. And I've heard several different kinds of this metta prayer, several different forms of it. But one of them that I really like is this praise to Buddha. And this is Shakyamuni. And it says, "Oh, blessed one." And I'm going to say Buddha, because I know I'm probably not pronouncing it very well, but it touches my heart so much, and I really appreciate this prayer. It's basically a Buddhist prayer, but it says, "Precious treasury of compassion, bestower of supreme inner peace. You who love all beings without exception, you who are the source of happiness and goodness, and you guide us on this liberating path. Your body is a wish-fulfilling jewel. Your speech is supreme, purifying nectar, and your mind is refuge for all living beings. With folded hands, I turn to you, supreme, unchanging friend. Supreme, unchanging friend, I request from the depths of my heart, please give me the light of your wisdom to dispel the darkness of my mind and to heal my mental continuum. Please nourish me with your goodness, that I in turn may nourish all beings with an unceasing banquet of delight. Please nourish me with your goodness, that I in turn may nourish all beings with an unceasing banquet of delight. Through your compassionate intention, your blessings and virtuous deeds, and my strong wish to rely upon you, may all suffering quickly cease, and all happiness and joy be fulfilled, and may holy Dharma flourish forevermore. So this is by Geshe Kelsang Gyatso Rinpoche. This is by beloved Rinpoche. So may all suffering quickly cease. May all happiness and joy be fulfilled, and may holy Dharma flourish forevermore. And so I think about through your compassionate intention. So I would ask, what is your compassionate intention today? And if you're not feeling very compassionate, that's okay. We're not supposed to feel compassionate all the time. But I really appreciate that, we do need to change, and that this is a season of changing and of going deep and of transforming. And so how can we set that sacred intention, attend to our relationships with our loved ones, our deep loved ones, our friends, our deep friendships, our anamkaras, our community members, our family members, and those who aren't even born yet, and the people that we don't even know. So how can we pray for the entire world, that loving kindness, and that we can begin to live some of these concepts and some of these ideas that we were reading about from the Hopi Prophecy. I went to the dentist today, so I'm like, oh, it feels so, it always feels so swollen. I don't think it looks that way, but it's like, oh, it feels kind of frozen, and but it's funny. So my face is thawing out from the dentist, which is super exciting and great. So in our authenticity, what we want for the world to be well, for all of the beings in the world to be well, and for everyone to have what it is that they need and to be nourished. And so that is the prayer, the intention. We want to pray that for the whole world. We want to set that intention for everyone. Everyone has that. But with the change, I like what James Baldwin said. He said, not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. And so we can face the things that we really need to shapeshift and transform and change in this coming year in a sacred manner, in a good way. And I think I want to close with a relationship prayer. This is a relationship prayer that is adapted from Marianne Williamson's Illuminata. It's a relationship prayer. And it says, great mystery, please make of our relationship a great and holy adventure. May our joining be a sacred space. May all of us find rest here, a haven for our souls. Remove from us any temptation to judge one another or to direct one another. We surrender to you our conflicts and our burdens. We know you are our answer and our rock. Help us remember, bring us together in heart and mind as well as body. Remove from us the temptation to criticize or to be cruel. And may we not be tempted by fantasies and projections, but guide us in the way of holiness. Save us from darkness. May we celebrate our shared passions and rejoice in our differences. May this relationship be a burst of light. May it be a fount of love and wisdom for us, for our family, for our community, and for our world. May this bond be a channel for your love and healing, a vehicle of your grace and power. As lessons come and challenges grow, may we learn and deepen in our love for one another. Let us always remember that in each other we have the most beautiful one, the strongest one, the sacred one in whose arms we are repaired. May we remain young in this relationship. May we grow wise in this relationship. Bring us what you desire for us and show us how you would have us be. Thank you, Creator. May we surrender to love. May we surrender to you. Thank you for this love. Aho. Amen. And so I pray for you that you have a loving and caring and nurturing relationship with you, and a loving and caring and nurturing relationship with your close ones, with your friends and your loved ones, and with your family. And that there be magic and healing for your bodies and minds and spirits together. And that, as we are, some of us are gathering, and even as some of us are not gathering, and really taking care of our health in the ways that we need to take care of our health, just to remember that we want to stay connected, and that it's important that we are showering the world with our intentions for that connection, not only for ourselves, but for our communities and in all our relationships. Thank you so much, everyone, for being with me, and very, very happy solstice, and the sun. May the sun return, and may we enjoy what is remaining of this beautiful darkness. Have a beautiful solstice and happy holy days.